Hey there, welcome back to the 12 Days of Vlogmas travel challenge that I'm doing with Anne-Marie of Travel on the Brain. Make sure that you hit subscribe and like this video, and make sure that you go check out the other videos on Anne-Marie's travel channel and my travel channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about Romania. I spent about a month total in Romania about 2 years ago. It was broken up over the course of a couple months, but I did spend basically a month in Romania. The country is amazing. It's located in Eastern Europe, and it's absolutely just this crazy world that you don't expect in Europe. Of course, the capital city is Bucharest. Bucharest is a beautiful city. It's modernizing, and there is a lot to see and do there. There's all kinds of monuments. You can see the Royal Palace, which is now an art museum. You can see statues of the last king, King Carol, and you can tour a lot of the historical monuments of Bucharest. There's also a beautiful old town, and one of my favorite things about Bucharest are the small churches located throughout the city. So during communist times, religion was basically banned, but they couldn't outright ban it because that would probably cause an uprising within these communities. So the communist government instead built buildings around churches so that the churches would be hidden and out of sight. So basically putting religion out of sight and out of mind. Now, these little churches are all across the city, and they are just beautiful, beautiful churches. They're mostly Orthodox churches, and they're a really great thing to explore. There's even a Russian Orthodox church that has onion domes in Bucharest, so you can see the onion domes, so to speak, without going to Russia. There's also this beautiful book store in Bucharest. It's one of the most beautiful in the world that you need to check out. It's located in the old town, and you'll find all kinds of interesting tours to take too, because there's lots and lots of buildings in the city. So lots of abandoned buildings, I should say. So you can take an abandoned city tour, and be careful though, because some of the buildings have red dots on them, and those red dots mean that in the next earthquake, the building's probably coming down. So if you see a red dot, you might want to avoid that one. Staying in. But anyways, Bucharest is a pretty fun city. There's a great party scene. There's a lot of pretty great restaurants, and there's a lot to see and do. But my favorite thing was leaving Bucharest. Now, I went there the second time as part of a press trip, where an organization called Experience Romania brought me in, along with a lot of other bloggers, to experience the country, basically. And it was quite an experience, both good and bad. I'll get to that in a second. But one of my favorite regions that we visited is called Bukovina. Bukovina is this region of Romania that is basically extremely forested, and historically it was known for forestry. So they would harvest trees there, and a lot of the people are descendants of lumberjacks. It's just this beautiful area of Romania that is very provincial and remote, and I just love remote places. So it was just a really great experience. I'll never forget riding a steam train through the region and eating polenta on the side of the road, being cooked over a fire and in a cauldron. I will say that I am very much over polenta. I ate so much of it in Romania, but that was really a great experience. Now, another region that you probably have heard of but you didn't know is in Romania is called Transylvania. Transylvania is in fact a real place. It's a region of Romania, and it is famous, of course, for having Dracula's castle there. You can actually visit Bran Castle, which is the castle that is attributed to Dracula. Only catch is, it's basically empty because most of the furnishings and stuff are in a museum, and Vlad the Impaler, aka Dracula, never actually lived there. In fact, he probably never even visited the castle. But it is exactly the stuff of your horror movie dreams. It sits up on top of a hill. It's in a forest. There's a lake in front of it. It's very beautiful and well worth a visit, at least just to see it and to get a photo. In the same region, you can find you can find a city called Sibiu, and Sibiu is this beautiful town that is doing a lot to modernize. It has a wonderful city center that's very historic. It's very much preserved. A huge plaza. It's one of the largest squares in all of Europe, and once they start decorating for Christmas, it's really gorgeous. While I was there, it started snowing and it was amazing. Right outside of Sibiu, there is a town called Sibiu, and in Sibiu, you can in fact experience a Romanian wedding. They have a tourism package that they set up for groups, and they will put on a full wedding. And it is an experience, let me tell you, because you will go to a number of people's houses to look for the bride and the groom, and then you'll participate in the actual wedding ceremony. There are dances, there is a ton of food, a ton of wine. It is just an incredible experience. So it's definitely worth checking out. And then, of course, Romania is also famous for its beaches in the south. The town of Constanța, which I actually did not make it to, but I've heard great things about. The beaches are supposed to be beautiful. It's a great place to just go and relax if that's your thing. So I think that you should all give Romania a try. Now, just remember that Romania, of course, is a country of contradictions. And really, what country is not a country of contradictions? But Romania is a bit different because they want to promote international tourism, yet there is still an attitude of misogyny, and there's an attitude of bigotry towards homosexuality and the LGBTQ community. So if you fit into these categories, I say visit, but visit with caution, because you will possibly experience some negativity while in the country. But other than that, I don't see why that should stop you, because we can't change attitudes without visiting these places. So I highly recommend Romania. It is a gorgeous country. The people are incredibly kind and generous, save for the few that you possibly might meet who still have attitudes from 50 years ago. So definitely check out Romania. And now you should subscribe and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and also subscribe to Anne-Marie's channel. I put the link down below, and check out her channel tomorrow for tomorrow's video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.